Hey everyone, it's Docfire, and I want to give a little demonstration on how to use the Docfire DFI valve alignment tool. This guy right here. This one's a little different. I have a little different shaft on it, but they're all the same. This was the prototype, but works all the same. So I just updated these tools. I've had them on my site for a while now, and I've upgraded to this kind of really nice handle, anodized, laser engraved, kind of cool. Looks a little different. First off, I got to give a shout out to Danny Love from ShockTech. I got this idea from him. It's not my idea. He uses this when he installs all the valves and all the ShockTech guns, probably for generations, or for ever since he came up with the tool. And I told him, I said, look, I'm going to make those. I made myself one, and then I said, I'm going to sell them, because I think they're a useful tool. So the whole point of this tool is to help align the valve in the body, and when you tighten the jam nut in the back, the valve doesn't spin in the body and potentially become out of line with that transfer port between the lower tube and the upper tube. Okay, and the goal is to get it properly, perpendicular in the body, so that hole is lined up really nice. And on some valves, it's pretty easy to see that. Like war guns valves, you can kind of see through. Somewhat. You saw the valve stem in there. Then you have AKA valves, ShockTech valves, stuff like that. This is a ShockTech valve. It's, I get it the focus here. It's got a little flat on it. Other valves are drilled all the way through. This tool will work with all of them. Even if it's an AKA one where it's a little bit tapered, it will work fine with that too. It will still help align it in there. But the first thing you want to do is you want to get all your tools out. So you're going to have your 5/32 Allen key. I have an Allen nut driver here. That's for the set screw here, which I don't have one right here, so I don't think I do. I may have rolled away, but we don't really need that right now. You need your valve, and I'm using a ShockTech wrap valve, and then obviously it has the spring on it. Everything here. You need your jam nut, your valve tool, and then your valve alignment tool. And then obviously for me, I need a pair of glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. These are my magnifying glasses so I can see stuff. And then you can use Vivatite 122 blue Loctite on your jam nut. When I say use it very sparingly. ShockTech, when Danny builds all the ShockTech guns, there's a nylon crush washer that goes on the backside. You get a ShockTech wrap valve, you get 2 nylon washers. They're both identical. You put one on the back, and that's a crush washer that kind of deforms itself and helps lock this in place. He's never Loctited these. He's never had an issue with them. But if you're not utilizing that, or you still feel uncomfortable, just put a dot. And when I say a dot, it's like a pinhead sized dot, or a toothpick sized dot on it. That's all you need. You don't need much. It's just enough to keep this from vibrating loose and then potentially damage the inside of your marker. I have my a mini magic here. That's a black magic that's been minied by Angry Animal Autocockers, and feed neck modded by BMC, or not BMC, excuse me, sorry, Bearded Works did the feed neck mod. No, actually, no, Angry did the feed neck work on this, but they're all out there. So Loctite, if you want it, we're gonna put this off to the side. What you're gonna do is on a ShockTech, you can clip your spring on, put your adjuster on the back, slide this onto your, get ready to slide on there. There we go. My nut is, there we go. Get everything to slide on. And your tool here, you put this off to the side, and you can tilt your body up, and I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. And you're going to put this into your body, and you can kind of tilt it up, and just start spinning this in place, right? You've got a little bit of Loctite. This is just a dry fit. And you'll see that it's not lined up in that little hole. You can usually just wiggle this back and forth, and you'll eventually see it start to line up. There it is. And if I can get in there. If I could zoom in a little bit with the camera. That's as far as it's going to go. And you'll see that it's partially lined up. That's when you take your tool and you spin it down the side. Make sure you don't cross thread it. It should go in really easy. And you move this back and forth let's go show you that it actually lined up perfectly. I'll put it back in, okay? So this is in, and all I'm doing is I want to screw this down until it touches the top and just a little snug. I don't want to push the valve out of alignment, all right? I can actually now, if I wanted to, I could take this guy out. The valve's in line. If I wanted to, I could put my Loctite on there if I wanted to, if I hadn't already done it. Then I'd go down and I would snug this down, and then when everything's done, you can unscrew this. You could put your little jam nut in there, and I recommend utilizing a little bit of Loctite on this. I like the Vibratite Purple 111. You can use a little blue, but just very little. I like to kind of seal that a little bit. You don't have to. It's probably not going to go anywhere, but when you put that in, make sure that screw is all the way flush or below the surface of the bottom of the body, and you're done. That's how you use the DFI Docfire valve alignment tool. That's it. Docfire out.